Hi, it's Hans at ahappierman.com. Today's topic is how I discovered the three-step system. Well, I'm working on it. I'm going to tell you all about it in my upcoming book. But basically, I was in a marriage where I was verbally abused by my wife, and I tolerated this for a long time. I tried to work with her and tried to get out of it, tried to get her to be nice to me, but she just wouldn't. So it's kind of a long story, but basically, as if you're looking at my website and some of these videos, the three-step system is 1, get your mind right; 2, take action; 3, rest, heal, recharge, and grow. So it's a 3-step system. So, and I talk about it on the website. You should say I've got a short little, got some articles, got a nice little PDF for you, describing this a little more detailed. But I discovered this because when I was being verbally abused by my wife, my mind was not right. It was far from right. I was internalizing all the horrible things she was telling me, and I was reacting to all the crazy stuff she was doing, taking enormous action in the wrong direction. I never had a chance to rest and heal and recharge and grow, because I always was taking enormous action, either doing stuff she demanded I do or walking on eggshells around her. And so my mind was totally wrong, because I was believing this. I was at times suicidal, and at times just a horrible man myself. When I would get totally frustrated with her and lash out and scream and yell and all kinds of nasty words to her, like that was some kind of a good marriage. It was totally wrong. And if you're that way with some woman or wife or girlfriend, you got to get out. She doesn't deserve it. She should have a chance for a good life too, just like you. But in my case, she was kind of pushing me, badgering me, belittling me, and then sometimes she would say stuff about my family, the people close to me, and I'd have to try to defend them. And she'd be hard on our kid and the kids, my kids. They were her kids, they were both of ours. And she would be excessively hard on them. And, if I tried to get her to back off, it's bad news for me. But yeah, so my mind was far from right. I didn't think highly of myself. And, sometimes I probably got into this relationship, and because my mind wasn't right in the beginning, and I probably missed out on a lot of good things as a younger man because my mind wasn't right then. So that's why the first step is so utterly critical in your life as a happier man. And you have to think highly of yourself. You have to be your own best friend. It was one of the things that my dad told me. He said, you got to be your own best friend. And of course, I wish he would have told me this when I was like 10 years old. He didn't tell me until I was in my 40s, trying to recover from the battering my wife was doing to me and now my ex-wife was doing to me. But it still made a tremendous sense. And you'll find that even the wisest people in your life, they don't know everything right away either. I just gotta see if I'm still recording here. Kind of weird sunshine. But yeah, that was a great thing. You got to be your own best friend. Now, it's great to have good friends. It's great to have good family who will support you, who you can enjoy being with. They're not very demanding and they don't make your life miserable. But you still, the main person in your life is always going to be you. So you have to be your own best friend. You have to be in your corner. You have to look out for yourself. You have to love you. For some of you, this is going to seem a little weird, right? Love yourself. You know, a lot of us are taught with our religions that we're just insignificant specks, right? And the Lord is what we should be serving, and other people, well, you might have to rethink all of that crazy nonsense, right? If you get to it, where are all of those teachings coming from? Well, they're coming from somebody at the top of whatever religion, and certainly if you're serving them, that's helping their cause. So anyway, this isn't about religion, this is about you. And you'll see this type of, but you'll also see this in other formats too, you know, spiritual, you know, the universe. Since we're insignificant specks and the universe is so vast, what does it matter about us individuals? So I wouldn't subscribe to that notion either. You know, politics, governments. Yeah, I mean, all of these things, you know, you got to kind of work through whatever government system you're in, whatever religion you're kind of born into. You might need to, you know, eventually just kind of walk away from it. Yeah, that's what I've done. You know, I don't bother going anymore. I don't bother with the voting that much. Don't bother worrying about the politics. You know, it's just kind of like a mild form of entertainment. If you get worked up about it, you're going to be upset all the time. And of course we see this, right? But being upset about this won't help your life, will it? Not one bit. Not one bit. You got to worry about you. You got to be your own best friend. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. Do what's necessary. Take care of yourself. It's Saturday morning, early November as I'm talking. It's a beautiful sunny day. It's a little cool in the 40s where I live, but still beautiful and nice. And I'm always, you know, usually I like to walk, nice long walk every weekend. And of course I'm out here in these nice neighborhoods walking, and there's never hardly anybody walking. Nobody's taking care of themselves, right? They're all so busy with doing stuff that has no meaning. It's sad, really. It's sad. So that's why you want to think highly of yourself. Take care of yourself. Be your own best friend. That's getting your mind right. If you're with somebody, like if you're a man and you're with a wife, or the living girlfriend, or a girlfriend you see all the time, and she's criticizing you, making fun of you, belittling you, that's not going to help you. You just cut the ties. You know, it's simplest if you learn about this as a girlfriend and you're not living together. That's why you shouldn't really live with women, or women shouldn't live with men. It goes both ways, of course. Of course. I'm just a happier man. So for the girls watching this, women, you should be doing the same thing too. I encourage my daughter to do that. Look out for herself. But I'm just talking about men. You know, this is more my channel, my personal journey or struggle and ordeal. And I'm qualified to tell you all this because I went through an enormous ordeal and an enormous struggle. And here I am, still fine. I'm happier than I've ever been in my life. Things are going extremely well. At one time, I would give anything just to die. I might have done it by my own hand. But now, all I want to do is live and enjoy life. There's so much I want to do. So many places I want to go. So much fun to be had. There's so many interesting experiences to sample. And I'm going to try to do all that because I believe in being even happier than I am. So give that idea some thought. Get your mind right first.